Are we live yet? We are live. Hi! It is fabulous, fantastic, fun, Freak Out Friday! Woo! Hi, everybody. It's Liz Dawn, and I'm here today on the fabulous Freak Out Friday. Why do we call it Freak Out Friday, you ask? I call it Freak Out Friday because we try and get everything done on Friday that we didn't get done all week. But today's not such a freak out. Today we're like more relaxed. We're easy because Tanya and I organized ourselves. Tanya, Diane, and I really organized ourselves. So today has been a lot more flowing and easy. And what a way to step into Mercury retrograde with ease and with grace. And I set the intention this time as we stepped into Mercury retrograde, because I heard this is going to be a doozy of a one. So I did a little ritual with myself. Look who's there. It's Bobbie Nyman. So if you're there, say hi, say hey, and let's gather a few of you there. Please let me know that you're hearing me okay, you see me okay, you're feeling me okay, you're feeling the energy. So before we get started with our conversation today with Love Bobbie Jo, I wanted to announce the October Celebrate Your Life Book of the Month. You ready for it? Dun, da, da, da. It is a book written by Abiola Abrams. It is called African Goddess Initiation, Sacred Rituals for Self-Love, Prosperity, and Joy. So this is an amazing book, and I just love Abiola. She has studied, well, she comes from a long line of African tradition and cultures, of course, and she has shared in her book it's just a beautiful book. You're going to love it. So this is the book that you're going to pick up for this month. And at the end of the month, Abiola is going to be with us, and she's actually going to do a ceremony and a ritual with us. Because I have to tell you, I love rituals and ceremonies. I think they are a beautiful way to mark different points in our life of where we are, special moments. And we all have rituals. We do them every single day. And sometimes it's a little bit more unconscious. Sometimes it's a little bit more exact when we're doing our rituals. Like, we unconsciously do our rituals in the morning. We wake up, we go brush our teeth, we put our contacts in, we do all these things. And those are rituals, right? So what Abiola is teaching us is some of the African traditions of intentionally creating rituals and ceremonies for self-love, prosperity, and joy. And I'm super excited about this book. I am loving it. Here's a link. If any of you want to go and purchase the book, go grab it on Amazon. I went ahead and posted that. Join us for this October Stepping into Fall Book of the Month. And of course, at the end of the month, she'll be with us in conversation. Okay, so we have a very special guest today. And drum roll, please. She was one of the recipients of our Celebrate Your Life Speakers Program, and one of the recipients to be featured here on the Celebrate Your Life platform. She took the class and was so fantastic. I said, you know what? We need to feature this woman on one of our Celebrate Your Life Facebook Lives, because she has got so much great information to share. So let me share with you a little bit about her. Her name is Love Bobbie Jo. She is a certified body-mind coach, and she is the author of I Just Want to Be Me and Claim Your Stage. She's a speaker, transformational teacher. She holds a bachelor's degree in communications and business, and previously taught at the university level. So we're getting a university level professor in here in just a moment. So we're going to talk about your life purpose and how to walk into your life purpose with ease and with grace. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, everybody. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hello.
So welcome to our Fun Freak Out Fabulous Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Welcome to Celebrate Your Life Fun Fabulous Freak Out Friday. And anybody, if you're out there, you can ask Bobbie Jo any questions that you might have about what we're going to be talking about today. So one of the things that I know that you're focused on is finding your life purpose with ease and stepping into your life purpose with ease and grace. So what I'd love for you to do first is tell us a little bit about what you've been out there doing, what you've been out there teaching. What is your main message and mission that you're working as a spiritual leader out there in the world?
Yeah. Yep. So fundamentally like this, my main message is that the world needs who you are, and a lot of just embodying who that is and showing up as that, moving from living maybe like a society-led life to a soul-led life. So really embodying the truth of who you are and showing up and sharing that and shining as you in the world.
So because I know that you've been teaching this for quite some time, and there are people that, and shouldn't our life purpose, oh, that's a great question. Shouldn't our life purpose feel natural? So let's talk about, Rhonda's asking, shouldn't our life purpose feel natural?
Yes. Yes. I love that. Yes. So I am one who a lot of my life have always questioned, what is my purpose? Out there searching, seeking, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And always trying to find it. And sometimes I would think I have found it and would feel kind of fulfilled, but still feel like something was missing. And then if something would shift or change, then I'd feel like, oh, okay, if that wasn't it, what is it? And it would get so frustrating to the point that I just wanted to know what it was, that I wanted the drive-up version, right? I wanted to go like through a drive-through and pull my car up, roll down the window and say, I'll take an order of purpose with a side of passion, please. Just wanting to know. And so through my life experience, I came to realize, and especially even with what we've all just gone through, 3 E's of purpose. So 3 parts of purpose, 3 E's that I've uncovered for myself that helped me realize what true purpose was and why so often we feel lost in searching for it, because I believe we're looking in the wrong E versus the real E. So to kind of, so kind of to bring the ease, to feel that ease and everything, the true purpose starts with the first E, and it's often the one that we miss. That's where sometimes I say, when you're looking for your purpose, a lot of times you're looking for yourself.
So you're saying the 3 E's, as in the letter E.
Yep.
So the 3 E's.
Yes.
3 E's. Okay.
3 E's. Yes. However that went. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the first one is?
So the first E, which is the true essence, or this true purpose, is your essence.
Okay.
So it's coming home to yourself. So your true purpose is a feeling in purpose. It's your being, not your doing. So through my journey, so much of my life, I would often give my power away. I would look outside of myself. I would think it was in all these different roles or work or anything like that, and constantly searching for that. When I finally got back and had to get back in touch with me and find who I was, reconnect to that soul essence of my truth, what makes me happy, what brings me joy, just really connecting to that light within me, discovering and uncovering my core values, which are like a lighthouse within you. It's like your internal compass in what guides you. So what's important to me in my life here and my way of living? So for example, some of my core values are expression, and connection and freedom, all these different things. So when I am not living in that space of my core essence, but giving my power away and focused on my doing, not coming from that place, I will feel out of purpose.
Got it. Okay. So the first one is finding what are your core values. So I'd love to hear from some of you out there. And hello, Stephen. What are some of your core values? Like what, and when you say core values,
Mhm.
let's go into a little bit of a deeper conversation about that. I'd love to
Yeah.
know if some of you would like to share what are some of your core values.
Yes.
So what does that exactly mean? Does it mean core values just in life, or core values in relationships, core values in what way?
Like core values in your sense of being and how you show up in the world, what's important to you.
Mhm.
So there can be core values, and if you think of a value and you're like, oh, I should really embody that more, I should
Right,
show up more like that,
right.
that's a should value. A core value is something that is essential to your essence. For example,
Essential to your essence. Okay,
right, like
one of the
it's you
core
feel
values.
something is missing if you're not living in alignment with these values.
Like Barb just said, one of her core values is in being of service to others, and being of service to others. Okay, excellent. Anyone else want to share what their core values are? So what else would be, so freedom is one of your core values you
Right.
shared.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
So feeling freedom,
all right.
integrity. So
Integrity.
things being truthful, integrity,
Mhm.
connection, feel like I'm connecting, whether that is spiritually connecting with others, but just feeling that deep sense of connection. Like I said, one of my biggest ones is expression. So a long
Mhm.
period of my life, instead of expressing myself, I swallowed my voice. So I was not in purpose. That's when a lot of things showed up in my life. I felt physical ailments, different things like that because I wasn't in my purpose. So it didn't matter what I was doing out there. It was hard. I wasn't in purpose because I wasn't
Right.
honoring who I was. I
And
wasn't
your
showing
core
up as
value.
who I was. Even if I was doing everything great and by the book and fitting into the boxes, I wasn't in purpose because I wasn't in me. I wasn't expressing the truth of who I am.
Wow. Stephen just shared 5 core values I hold that help me define my spirituality are honesty, authenticity, openness,
Mhm.
love, and the requirement to evolve. These are things I have learned through life experiences, my mentors, and my own meditations. The first is to be
Mm.
honest with your reality and every detail in it. I love that.
That's
I love
beautiful.
that. I love that. The requirement to evolve. That is so beautifully stated.
Yes. Yes.
The requirement to evolve, to step into the truth of of who you truly are.
Yeah.
The requirement to evolve. That's beautiful. I love
That
that.
is
Okay.
beautiful.
First one is life purpose. What is it? Our second
So the second E is where we often look. That's where we often start to look. And it makes sense why we do, right? What are we asked when we're growing up? What are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to do with your life? So we're
right
focused on what am I going to do? What am I here to do? What is the work I'm here to do? So the second E is expression. So
expression.
that is your feeling in purpose. That is what you're doing. So expression is the doing aspect.
So
So
is the expression is, would you say, is how we're putting into action our life purpose?
yes, and that and the
Or the expression of how we are expressing our core values. Is that what you mean? Or the
yes, when
expression
you're
of our
aligned with your
core
essence, then your expression becomes aligned. When you're
values?
starting with expression and you don't connect with that essence, that's where we can lose a sense of purpose. So when we identify our purpose with our expression of purpose, we can feel we lose our purpose. So if you think about what just happened, the pandemic and everything, people will lose their jobs. People lost their work. So if you identified your work, so for example, let's say I'm doing massage therapy. This is my purpose in life, to touch lives in this way, to be this massage therapist. Well, now all of a sudden I have to stay 6 feet away from people. I can't touch anybody. I have to shut down my practice. I just lost my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is
I
anymore.
can relate to this, Bobbie Jo.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Exactly. So it's different for everybody. A lot of people, will identify. So it's identifying, if we're identifying our purpose with the roles we play, those things can shift and evolve and transform, and they do. So that can leave us feeling ungrounded, like we don't have an anchor in purpose, because if it's swept away, then we are there kind of wobbling around like, oh shoot, now who am I? What is my purpose now? And yeah, you've experienced, if the sole purpose was just the live events on the stage and all of a sudden you can't have those anymore, what is my purpose? But you're still your essence is your purpose. So you being Liz, showing up in that essence of who you are and your expression and your connection and your community. And then you can, when you know that is your true purpose, then you come back home to yourself. You know, you can't lose that. You're always in purpose. And then you can be creative and have more fun in life versus when we identify with the roles.
So here's a question for you. So if you can't, because during the pandemic,
Yeah.
of course, this has been really, really difficult to do our live programs.
Yes.
Or anybody who can't necessarily do their work, who that's their core value, that's their purpose. So what happens at that point? Do you just find another way to do it or another way of expression?
Right. Yes. So then you can get creative. We're made in the likeness of our creator. We are creative beings. Life is always changing and evolving. When
Love
we
that.
identify our true purpose as our essence, then we know we are the anchor within. We have everything we need within. So everything that's external can shift and change. But when we're connected to that space, then we can get creative, we can get still, we can center inside. And when we're coming from that place in that essence, we can transform the world just by being us, by magnifying our light. So someone that's sitting in a room embodying their truth, their essence, the love of their being, you know, that energy is radiating out. Versus if we're disconnected from our essence and we're just living in expression and we're not happy, we're not connected to our values, to our essence, we're just going through the motions, doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So this is making sense. This is all falling into place. Let's see what Sylvia's sharing. We all have different archetypes and roles we play. We must remember that we are not our roles,
Yes.
but our essence. Excellent,
Yes.
Sylvia.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And Stephen wrote, the best thing I have found is to be yourself and then evolve as to what your purpose creates you to be. The creative force lives inside of all of us as a tool to teach us. We, the teachers, are taught from the teacher that lives inside of us. Oh, that's just so beautiful.
That is
That is
beautiful.
beautiful. So just so you all know, those of you who are watching right now, we are live on 8 different platforms. So we're live in the Celebrate Your Life platforms. We're live on Love Bobbie Jo's page. We're live on YouTube. So if you're not seeing the comments, I'm seeing all of the comments combined here on the back end of StreamYard. That's the software that we're using. So Roseanne asked a really good question. How do we find our essence?
Beautiful question.
Ah.
So by seeking within, going within, and for everybody, it's a little bit different. So for me, the coming home to myself, like I said, I had a lot of journeys, you know, in my life of feeling that disconnection and loss from myself. So for me, it took some physical things with my body and everything where I literally had to stop and sit on my couch and heal. And I watched every Wayne Dyer PBS special and I reconnected with my soul and I read books and I meditated and I journaled and I prayed. And I, you know, for me, it was the internal journey of what connected me. So it's connecting to what's that higher self, you know, something bigger than you. For me, it's connecting to the soul essence of who I am. I still do, you know, it's on a daily basis to stay connected to that because it's so easy for us to get distracted around us and caught up in the outside world. So for me, it's constantly coming back to that embodiment of myself, coming back into that breath, taking time to meditate. I connect so much in nature, just being still in nature, witnessing nature, feeling that
Excellent.
deeper sense of connection.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this question also.
Yeah.
So Roseanne, what I do when I'm feeling outside of myself, when I feel like I'm not really connected to my soul source, to spirit, is, to me, I love meditating in stillness. I love sitting in stillness, which is interesting because I'm so, right? You wouldn't think that Liz loves sitting in stillness, but I do. I love sitting in silence. I love sitting in stillness. So I have a ritual that I do where I create my space. I have a very quiet space where I'll meditate and sit in stillness. I have my little pillow set up and everything the way I like it. My crystals are around me. And one of the things, one of the tools that I use whenever I really, really need to connect quickly is I will, of course, close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and put my hand on my heart. And that's your soul back there. You put your hand on your heart, and that is your soul. And you just breathe and listen in stillness. Any thoughts come in, you just breathe through it and just breathe. And my mantra is stillness, silence, stillness in body, in mind, and just sitting in stillness. And I do oftentimes have a journal next to me, because I will get in that still place. I will get downloads. I will get messages from my soul. And I have a journal next to me that I just start automatic writing and journal about the truth, about whatever flows. And it helps to bring you home to who you are. So I hope that's helpful. Okay.
Yes.
Sylvie
Yes.
says, I love stillness too. It's a must.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can ask your soul, what does my soul want to do today?
Yeah.
But I believe, in my own experience, that we have to getting clear of the mental chatter, getting clear of those thoughts that don't serve us, getting clear of anything that doesn't have a space in creating more stillness and serenity within your mind and in your body. Okay, so there you have it. I'm in here 2 years hearing your process. Thank you, Roseanne. Okay, so let's talk about the third E.
That is beautiful. I absolutely love that, Liz. Yes. And I love it too, because then you connect to your essence, and then you can, be the expression. And one thing about that too, that I have personally found, when I finally came to that place that this is my true purpose, is my essence, when I would be in forms of expression that for me weren't my ideal purposeful expression, what I wanted to be doing, I had to do some kind of work that wasn't like what I would choose, or I wasn't to the place I wanted to be at that point, but this was like the steps going there. When I knew my true purpose was my essence, it became, how can I show up in my essence? How can I bring my purpose into this expression while I'm
Right.
on that way? So even if you're doing work or a job or something that's like, I'm not in my purpose, your purpose is you. It is your essence, who you are. How can I bring my purpose to this work
Right.
as
Exactly.
well?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So the third E is engagement.
Ooh,
Yeah.
engagement. Oh,
Engagement.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. So
engagement.
that's a feeling of purpose.
It's the feeling of
So
purpose.
that is in our, like, in making a difference, and making something and doing something. So this one actually got uncovered for me when I realized, so throughout this whole shutdown that we had, my mom is living in a retirement community, with her own apartment and everything, which is great. She gets
Right.
to express her essence because they do socializing, they play cards, they do dinners, they have dance lessons, like all of these fun things. And then when everything
Sounds like
came
camp.
and yeah, right?
I'm ready for camp.
I know, like so much fun. And then when everything happened, it was like, okay, now you all have to stay in your room. You can no longer interact, socialize, all of these things stopped. So in that moment, she was trying to figure out, she used to sew and now, can't thread the needle, do whatever. And she kept, trying to figure out, is there something out there that I can sew and everything? And then one day she just said to me, I just want to wake up and feel a sense of purpose. So then I realized we need to feel a sense of purpose, and that is in our making. So while our purpose is our essence, and that's where we need to start and to know, so that we know that who we are is enough, what we are is enough, and coming from that place, we are social beings. We want to express our essence. We want to connect, come together. And we also want to have that engagement, that we are engaging, we are using our gifts, our everything to make something, to do something, to make a difference. And sometimes that shows up in, okay, I did the dishes today. I feel like I accomplished something, or I put my creative energy and made this quilt. And it can be as simple as, I went to the grocery store and I smiled at someone. When you're in your essence, you're making your impact. Regardless, you're making it more than you realize that you're making it. It's more than the work that you do. It's when you show up as who you are and your light, and you're shining that, then you're transforming the world without even knowing it, because you are embodying the truth of who you are, your soul essence, and that is what you're here for. So you're making so many ripples just by walking into a room. You know how sometimes someone walks into a room and you're just drawn to them. They don't have to say anything or do anything, but they're just completely embodying their essence, and you can feel it. You can feel like, oh my gosh, they're inspiring me, or they bring me so much peace, or different things like that.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. It's the
Yeah.
engagement piece. It all kind of like wraps up so succinctly
Yeah.
when you talk about, finding your life purpose with ease, and then the 3 E. It's just,
Yeah.
I have to keep saying it because I think
Yeah.
it's so clever, and it's
Yeah.
so easy to remember, as you're moving through your day, as you're moving through your life and journaling about this. So when you're working with people, when you're teaching your workshops, do you go through this entire process with them and go through it more in depth? Tell us about what you've been out there doing and teaching.
Yeah, absolutely. So all of the purpose stuff will be like all of this and a little bit deeper will be coming out in the next book.
Okay.
But a lot of the work and everything that I've done is a lot of like helping people discover what those core values are, and getting in touch with different things, and asking the deeper questions and reflections to really connect with that soul of you and what is right for you in your life. So kind of showing up, really embodying the truth of who you are, so that you are expressing your true voice, and that you are being visible as you.
Right,
So it's being
right.
you, being seen, and making your impact.
I love that. Does anybody have any questions for Bobbie Jo? Anyone, any questions? Because we'll take some questions. And I want to post your website so people know how to get in touch with you. And it's loveBobbiejo.com, right?
Yep. Bobbie with an E.
Bobbie.
E. Yep.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
so
just J.
if you're interested in getting in touch with Bobbie, here we go. There it is. It's loveBobbiejo.com, and you can learn more about Bobbie Jo's work. You can take a look at everything she's doing out there. You can purchase your books on the website, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, excellent. You can purchase her book on the website, and there's all kinds of fun things on here. You have a beautiful website, by the way. I love your website.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
when I look at people's website, excellent website, really, really easy to navigate. I love seeing that. It's simple, right to the point. You'll understand it. So check out Bobbie Jo's website, get involved in her community, pick up her books. I just think this is excellent. Who doesn't need a little bit more of understanding what their life purpose is, tuning into their own essence? So thank you so much for joining me
Thank you,
today.
Liz.
It's
Thank
been such a
you.
pleasure to have you here. Thank
You
you.
as well. Yay.
Yay. All right, everybody. All right, Bobbie Jo, I'm going to have you bow out just for a second because I just need to talk about the book club. And thank you so much for being here. And maybe we'll have you back on the show again.
Sounds great. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to share once again about our October book of the month. It is African Goddess Initiation. And this is what I love about this book. I am learning about the African culture. I've always been very, very fascinated by African culture and African art, but learning about their traditions and their rituals and ceremonies from Abiola Abrams has been so enlightening. So it doesn't matter what nationality you are, what color your skin is, it doesn't matter. This is for everyone. This is universal, men and women. It is African Goddess Initiation, sacred rituals for self-love, prosperity, and joy. And who doesn't want a ritual for self-love, prosperity, and joy, right? I've just been loving this book. I think it's absolutely, really, really just been so magnificent. Everything that Abiola talks about in here it just is really resonating to my heart. So here is the link for those of you that would like to join us in reading the book during the month of October. We're going to have Abiola on at the end of the month. She's going to actually take us through one of her rituals, which is going to be amazing. So she'll be with us the last Friday of October at 1 p.m. Pacific time. and we will actually be doing a ritual and talking all about her book. And it's just so beautiful. I'm loving it because she talks about all of the different African goddesses and what their meanings are, what their messages are. And then she gives you, and she talks about like for instance, so let me just show you there. So she's talking about the goddess Sekhmet, and she talks about God, the goddess of wounded healers. Oh, this is so perfect for so many of you, because so many of you out there are light workers and healers. But she talks, this is a particular message that she gives about Sekhmet. And this is so great. So I'm just going to read this to you. So Sekhmet's message: are you afraid to awaken the warrior within because you may not be able to turn her off? If you've been drawn here, most likely you are a healer in your circle. Many healers, both known and secret healers, hold sadness, rage, and feelings of brokenness. Everyone gets your best, except you. The time has come for your own healing. Oh, I just love that. So then she talks about Sekhmet's story, and then goes through, she said, let's talk about being a wounded healer. So she talks about it's time to go from wounded healers to goddess warriors. God, goddess. So this goes across all genders. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. And then she takes you through this beautiful ritual. So it's an amazing book, you guys. So let's do this together. Go ahead and pick this up so we can all read the book together. And then at the end of the month, ask Abiel all kinds of fabulous questions. I've met her already. She and I have had a Zoom meeting, and she is just lovely, lovely, lovely galore. And she is now a featured speaker at our Celebrate Your Life Sedona retreat, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, our retreat is completely sold out, but we still do have room for the post-conference workshops. So on Monday, November 8th, we have 2 speakers that are doing full-day intensives. One of them is Sunny Dawn Johnston, and the other one is Dr. Sue Mortar. So if you're interested in attending one of the conferences in Sedona, it's $235 for the entire full day, and you also get lunch with that. So if you're local, you want to drive up to Sedona for the day, Monday, November 8th, I can't even say it, November 8th, just go to our website at celebrateyourlife.com and come join us. And I'm really, really excited to meet Abiel in person and to read her book together. So go ahead and pick that up. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a intentionally wonderful weekend. Do something loving and fabulous for yourself. Okay, that's it for now. Mwah! Sending you all so much love. Bye-bye.